How's it going, guys? Today we're going to try to do a flight plan with minimal editing. I'm just going to do it in real time so you guys can see how I like to do my flight plans. We're going to go out from Payne out to Jefferson. So I'm going to draw my line on the chart from Payne to Jefferson. And doing this with a camera in front of me is not hard at all. Not goofy at all. Okay, cool. We got our line drawn. Looking good. Now I like to go to the flight planner here, put in my points. Payne, top of climb. In this case, it's a short flight, so top of descent, and our destination. Too easy. Okay. Now I'm going to come over here and figure out my true course. I'm going to take my protractor. I'm currently hugging my microphone and camera at the same time. This is super awkward. Okay. Bam. What is that, about 290, 291 maybe? I'm going to go with 291. 291, 291, and that's not going to change at all. 291 for all three. Okay, we're going to start our departure at 600 feet, climb up to 3,000. Let's just do 3,000 for all of them. We're going to do 3 different types of wind today. Looking at the weather at Payne, 180 at 11. And winds aloft, say 178 at 8 knots. I can write. And 112 at 3. Temperature is going to be 4 and 6. And at Payne, temperature is 13 degrees Celsius. Cool. Okay, let's take a look at our planned true airspeed. We're going to go to our pilot operating handbook. And here it says our indicated airspeed for maximum rate of climb is 78 miles per hour. We're going to go to the calibration table. We'll take that 3 miles per hour off, say 75 miles per hour. We'll convert that to knots using the old E6B here. That's 75 miles per hour. That comes out to 65 knots. And with our current pressure setting of 3015, that's 2992 minus 3015 times 1,000 plus field elevation, approximately 370, and a temperature of 13 degrees Celsius. That's 370 at 13. 5, 10, 15. Yeah, something like that. It's going to be about, it's not going to change very much. So I'm going to call it 65 knots for our true airspeed. Returning back to the POH for our cruise phase. And let's do 2,400 RPM, 104 true airspeed, miles per hour, and 4.3 gallons an hour. And for our full burn is 6.6. 6.6 and 4.3. And that's going to be 104 miles per hour true. We're not, that's not like that one. We're going to use our E6B to get our convert from miles per hour to knots. That's going to be about 91. Is that what you get? Let's see. 104. Yeah, we'll call it 90. 91. We'll go with 91. 91 knots. 91 knots. Okay, looking good. Awesome. With me so far? Making sense. All right, let's do our wind correction angle now. We're going to go to the wind set of our E6B and select our wind direction and velocity. 180 at 11 knots. To 100 here at 11. So I like to put my grommet on 100 and then make a pencil mark, rotate to the desired course, and make a pencil mark. And remember that this is your airplane, this is the wind. So if we go to 291, that's our desired course, 291. And our true airspeed of 65 knots. 65 knots, looks like 68 maybe. Ground speed. We'll go with 68 knot ground speed. And a wind correction angle of 10 degrees to the left. Minus 10 degrees to the left. That's 291 minus 10. It's going to be 281. My 8s are difficult to make while I'm hugging a camera. 281, and then minus 16 degrees for our magnetic variation. So 281 minus 16, I'm sure you could probably do that in your head. Minus 16 comes out to 265. 265, assuming no deviation. So that will be our compass heading. We'll do the same here. 178 at 8 knots. I'll erase this guy here. 178, 100, and make a pencil mark. 8 knots up. Right about there. And our true course of 291. And our true airspeed of 91 knots. Looking good. It looks like a ground speed of about, we'll call it 95. 95 knot ground speed on the way there. And then for our, as we descend, 112 at 3. 112. Yeah. 112 at 3. Right about there. And our desired course of 291. And 91 knot airspeed. Comes out to about, 96 knot ground speed. Oh, you know what I forgot to do is get the wind correction angle. So 0 for this one, 291 minus 16, 291. Oh, yeah, that's not right. 291 minus 16 comes out to 275. Hey, I like that number. 275. Let's go back one. 178 at 8. It's 5 degrees to the left. 291 minus 5 is going to be 288. Oh man, I'm blanking. 287. No, 286. Because I'm an idiot. 291 minus 5. Oh my gosh, 291 minus 5. It's going to be 286. Yeah, I can do basic math. You know, I'm an engineer. You believe that? It's ridiculous. Minus 16 comes out to 270. I'm pretty sure I can do that. 286 minus 16. Yeah, 270. All right, 270 is our compass heading as well, assuming no deviation in the aircraft. Bam, so we're good to go. We got our ground speed. All right, let's do our optimum rate of climb. If our target altitude is 3,000 feet, minus 600, divided by 670, that's our rate of climb. It's going to take us about 3 minutes and 35 seconds. Divide that by 60, that's our time in hours. Multiply that by our ground speed of 68 knots. We're going to travel about 4 nautical miles in that time. And our full burn, about 0.4. I'm going to say 1.4 for our taxi and run up. So 1.4 for that leg fuel, right? G for gallons. And if we look at our chart, we're going to be flying out on the 270 radial out of Paine. So I'm going to write that there. Frequency is 110.6 PAE and 270 from Paine. All right, looking good. Now 270. Now let's work backwards. If our target altitude for our pattern is going to be 1,100, 3,000 minus 1,100. We're going to descend 1,900 feet. Divide that by 500. That's our rate of descent. It's going to be 3.8 minutes. 3 minutes and 48 seconds. 0.8 times 60. 0.8 times 60 is 48 seconds. So for 3.8 minutes, that's 0.06 hours at a velocity of 96 knots. We're going to travel we'll call it 6 nautical miles on our way down, descending from our cruise altitude. Cool. 3.8 divided by 60 times our cruise fuel burn. That's going to be 0.3, and I'm going to add another gallon here, 1.3 for our pattern work and taxi to wherever we're going. Good. So now we have 4 miles to climb, 6 miles to descend, and we can use our plotter here to make those pencil marks. And make sure you're using the right scale here. Sectional chart. So we said 4 miles for the climb. Oh, this is so weird doing this with the camera here. There's 5, there's 4, right about here. We should be hitting our target altitude there. And then 6 miles out from Jefferson, will be about here. That'll be our top of descent. So this distance will be our cruise phase. And that's going to be, we'll call it 10, 11, 12 and a half. 12 and a half nautical miles. 12.5 nautical miles. And we have a distance and velocity, 12.5 nautical miles divided by 95 nautical miles per hour. Comes out to 0.13 hours. At a burn rate of 4.3 gallons an hour, we're going to burn about 0.6 gallons on our way there. 12.5 divided by 95 knots times 60 is going to be 7 minutes. 0.89 times 60 in about 54 seconds. So in total, it's going to take us 3 minutes and 35 seconds to climb. We'll cruise for about 7 minutes and 54 seconds, and we'll start our descent, and that descent should take us about 3 minutes and 48 seconds. Of course, we're probably going to extend out and think about how we're going to enter the pattern depending on the winds. But this is a good start here, right? Okay. Now let's don't forget to add your minimum fuel reserves. That's about 2.2 gallons for reserves. And if you're going to be doing pattern work, don't forget to give yourself some fuel for your pattern work. Let's say we're going to do 30 minutes at full power times 0.5. It's 3.3 gallons, right? So now we can add up 1.4 plus 0.6 plus 1.3 plus 2.2 plus 3.3, plus 3.3. So if we're going out to Jefferson and doing 30 minutes of pattern work and not anything else with our legal minimums, we would need 8.8 gallons. That's not returning back to Payne. That's just going out to Jefferson and doing pattern work. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, total time. Let's say we're doing 30 minutes. 0.5, or so 30 minutes plus 48. 30 plus 3 plus 7. I can't do this with all the craziness. It's going to be about 45 minutes or so. And you can add up your seconds as well. 43, that'd be 35 plus 54 plus 48. 137 seconds divided by 60. It's an additional 2 minutes. So yeah, about 45 minutes. 45 minutes of time. We'll use about 8.8 gallons. Yeah, that's about it. Cool. Bam. Yeah, quick and dirty flight plan out to Jefferson for a little bit of pattern work. Don't forget to do your weight and balance on the other side. Write down your fields, runways, frequencies. Take notes. Oh no, there goes my pencil. Spare pencil. Cool. All right, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or if you want to learn more about flight planning, go watch this video or comment. Thanks for watching. See ya.